The first thing the woman did after being reborn was publicly expose the betrothal gifts the stepsister's fiancé had brought. To everyone's surprise, the boxes were full of stones the fiancé had packed to save face. Seeing this, the stepmother was furious. The stepsister immediately explained that there was also a bicycle among the items. Suddenly someone tried to take the bicycle away. After asking, they learned the bicycle had been rented by the fiancé for $5. The neighbors, seeing this, began to mock the stepmother. They couldn't believe she had chosen such a poor fiancé for her daughter. It turned out the stepsister, like the woman, had been reborn. In the previous life, the mother and daughter drugged the woman and married her off to a poor man. In the end, that man became the richest man. The woman went on to live the life of the richest man's wife. Originally, the stepsister had chosen to marry the factory director's son. After the marriage, the director and his son were arrested for embezzlement and bribery. She could only make a living by running a street stall. She was jealous that the woman was now better off than she was. She grabbed a knife, rushed into the venue, and stabbed at the woman. The woman also picked up a pair of scissors and stabbed at the stepsister. In the end, both of them collapsed to the ground. When the woman opened her eyes again, she realized she had returned to the day the stepmother and stepsister had drugged her. At that moment, a drunken man approached. He said the stepmother had already agreed to marry the woman off to him. Taking advantage of his inebriation, the woman kicked the man. Just as she was about to continue attacking him, the stepsister suddenly jumped through a broken window to stop her. She urged the woman to hurry and get out, because she was going to marry the man and become the future richest man's wife. Hearing this, the woman realized the stepsister had also been reborn. The stepsister didn't know the man became the richest because of the woman. In the previous life, after the woman and the man married, the man fell into gambling and infidelity. The woman was the one who fought to keep the business going by herself. At that moment, voices from outside announced that the stepmother had brought people to catch them in the act. The woman smiled wickedly. She thought, if the stepmother knew it was her own biological daughter who was cheating, how would she react? When the stepmother turned and saw it was her daughter, she was stunned. She loudly demanded to know where the woman was. At that moment, the woman walked over while nonchalantly cracking sunflower seeds. She said the stepsister was already engaged to the factory director's son. If this matter got out, their father would not be able to face the factory's leadership. He could even lose his job. The stepmother believed the woman had framed her daughter, but the stepsister admitted she was willingly marrying the man. Her admission caused everyone to point fingers and gossip. The father, helpless, had no choice but to take them home first. Because she intended to marry the man, she broke off the engagement with the director's son. In anger, the father raised his hand to strike her. She still insisted she would only marry that man in this life. The stepmother thought her daughter was insane. In her heart she knew the man would one day become the richest man, but she couldn't tell everyone that she had been reborn. She could only stick to her decision to marry the man. This left the father helpless as well. To avoid offending the factory director and his son, the father begged the woman to marry the director's son in the stepsister's place. He promised to provide her with a generous dowry. After hearing this, the woman reluctantly agreed. Meanwhile, the director's son was playing pool with friends. The woman came over to greet him. The director's son ignored her. The woman tore off his tie and used it to tie up her hair. She then demonstrated a single shot that cleared every ball off the table. Seeing the woman's skill, the director's son finally agreed to speak with her.